Hey guys, today we're gonna go over all the things that I didn't cover in my last video on DIY cable railing. These are some tips and tricks that came up throughout the last couple months as viewers have watched my video, used it, and then come back to me with questions. I'm gonna go through those questions. We're also gonna visit with Steamboat Ken, my friend, who used the video as a reference and then came up with a few new ideas that make it even easier. So really today's tips, tricks, and everything I didn't cover on our last video. Okay, the first thing I want to really go back through in a detailed way is how to actually tension these down once you have them through. The trick that I use is I just use normal pliers and I grab hold of the wire on the one side over here like this, just to be able to, you know, actually hold the wire. And then with a wrench, I come over on this side and I simply twist it like this. So I'm holding over on the left and I'm twisting to tension these down. Simple, but there's no other way to actually tighten it. So you need to know how to do this. Pretty easy exercise. And then I take these acorn nuts and just simply put them over to prevent people from scraping themselves on the end of the thread. Now, I'll probably at some point cut these down a little bit smaller, but for now I don't mind. I think it looks pretty good. Okay, tip number 2. On a corner, how do I get from this point to this point? And the real trick here is using some sort of either a jig or I use the portable drill press, which worked pretty well. But the trick to the portable drill press is you have to make sure someone's holding the drill press as you go through. But the real thing here is getting the even spacing, portable drill press, and Steamboat Ken actually came up with a different way to do that, which I'm going to show you in here in just a second. Okay, the next tip is using the lag screws, where to use them. Now I use these lag crimps here because I wasn't able to really get around the corner and get the tensioners into the backside. So I use those here, and the trick to this is I actually screwed these in first. I screwed the lag crimps all the way in, and then I crimped the cable. Then I brought the cable all the way down through the holes, down the steps to this end, where I was able to then do the traditional tensioning scenario. So started with the lag screw up there because I couldn't get the tensioner in, came all the way down here to where I have a tensioning point, and then I was able to tension it. Okay, so going down a staircase, what I did for this was all I did for the holes. Now this is a simple way to do this. I just drilled straight through here, okay? Straight through, and then the cable actually bends. That's the only way I could figure out how to do it. Now, you potentially could go on a diagonal from this point down, but I just didn't want to mess with the spacing for that. So I just went straight through on the staircase. And it turned out pretty well. I was able to get it in quickly and efficiently. Now, when you do a pass-through post like this on a staircase, it is a lot trickier because you're dealing with going through at the angle. And this is where I use the portable drill press to do that. But that's going through at an angle, and then this one down here is going straight across. This one up here, straight across. Okay, so now I'm going to talk to you guys about how I ran this whole long cable here. This is all one big long cable that basically goes all the way down around the corner, and it starts right here. Okay, that's my tensioning point. And then I come down around the corner all the way down through that pass through. I go through each post and I come down to another tensioning point down here. But the trick here is that I'm going through all those posts with one cable, which means I only need 2 total tensioning points. I could do it with 1 if I wanted to, but I wanted to make sure I have 2 just to be able to pull the slack out of that long of a cable. But that really saves you money if you're able to you know, not have to go from post to post, the corner to over there, and have 3 potential spots of tensioning. This, you know, 3 potential sections of tensioning. This one I just have 1 section of tensioning, and it allows me to not only save money with the parts and pieces, but it's just simpler with install. I only had to do the big 1 long cable all the way through.
what I did is I pre-drilled this one at this angle to go straight for normal.
Yep, your normal spacing goes straight through.
And then you've got the pitch to 30 degrees.
And it goes through at the angle at the 30 degrees.
So when I clamped it on the inside here, I drilled from this side to mark this hole here.
Yep.
And you just do that subsequently.
Yep.
And then when you're doing the upside, you're going from this side. You're going up from this side. And I'm actually drilling up through this way.
At that same 30 degree.
Yep. And I'm drilling up through this
And
way.
Ken, you made that fixture using a drill press, right?
Yeah, I just took a drill press, set it at 30 degrees. And I already drilled the hole straight for the straight fixture. And then what I did is I ended up I just used that same starting point and set the drill at 30 degrees. And,
yep.
And picked that point and drilled the angle.
Got it. So you do need a drill press in this scenario.
You need something that'll do that. You know, and once you make this fixture, it's good for the stairs or it's good for the top.
Yes, you could do the stairs and going straight across.
It keeps the pitch for everything the same, going down the steps as well.
Which is handy, you know, because in a railing, like Ken doesn't have a ton of railing here, but if this was bigger, you know, having that fixture that can do all of that, you know, being versatile like that is really a handy thing. It's a good note. You know, Ken wanted to make sure, he really liked this piece of hardware here in terms of the look of it. So instead of coming all the way through and seeing the nuts, which makes it look a little more finished. So that's why you went with lag to lag. It's a little more, in some ways a little more work, but in other ways not.
Yeah, so if you've got a corner like this happens to be a 30-degree corner, you need these spacer grommets.
You need those spacer grommets, which I never covered in my video, because this is a 45-degree angle corner or some sort of a...
This is a 30
Oh, that's a 30-degree corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, so any kind of angled corner you would likely need those brackets, which I'll include the link in the video for.
Yeah, and the other advice I would give is that if you're moving your rail off the side, this gap here is really important, so you want to offset your holes towards the inside.
Yeah, see, Ken's trying to maximize the size of his deck, so he wants to make sure that his post is off of it, but then also this gap between here and here isn't too big, so no one can slip, fall, kids could fall through that.
Yeah, not without grabbing the wire.
That's right. Well, great, Ken. This is really good.
Your video really helped out, so you got me, you know,
got you about 70, 95% there. Just
did,
a few little things, yeah. Well, this is great. Really appreciate it.
Okay.
All right, guys, I hope that helped. You know, I find that this railing has been nothing but awesome. We have really liked the way it looks, how it works, how it functions, how it has aged, and the fact that we have no maintenance on it is pretty amazing. So please leave your comments, any questions or anything. I feel like I'm becoming the resident expert in DIY cable railing. But I have learned a lot. I've learned a lot from all of you who have given me some insight as well. And I'm more than willing to share any thoughts or comments that have come up amongst the group and help you guys get through your project and make it so you can have an amazing DIY cable railing as well. So that's it. Make sure you smash the like and don't forget to subscribe. I really appreciate you guys.